U.S. Vice President JD Vance is set to visit Israel in what could become one of the most consequential diplomatic missions of his tenure. His arrival comes at a time when the Gaza ceasefire, painstakingly brokered by international mediators, stands on the verge of collapse. According to Israeli sources, Vance will land at Ben Gurion International Airport before traveling south to the new headquarters of a joint U.S. and international task force. This group will be responsible for monitoring and enforcing the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. A task easier said than done, as violence once again threatens to spiral out of control. The decision to visit now is no coincidence. Just days ago, Israel launched a wave of airstrikes across Gaza after accusing Hamas of breaking the ceasefire with a deadly attack on Israeli troops in Rafah. 2 soldiers were killed, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed a swift and powerful response. Addressing Israel's parliament, the Knesset, Netanyahu declared that Israeli forces had dropped over 150 tons of bombs on Gaza, calling the operation both a show of strength and a warning. "One of our hands holds a weapon," he told lawmakers. "The other hand is stretched out for peace. You make peace with the strong, not the weak." That message resonated through Israel, but it also sent shockwaves through Gaza. Civil defense officials reported at least 33 Palestinians killed in the latest round of strikes, with many more wounded. The health ministry says over 68,000 people have now died since the war began in October 2023, with thousands still missing beneath the rubble. Hamas has denied involvement in the Rafah attack that triggered the strikes, but Israel insists it has proof of a direct violation of the ceasefire. As the humanitarian crisis deepens, Hamas recently returned 2 coffins of Israeli hostages, bringing the total number of returned bodies to 12. Netanyahu praised the effort to retrieve the remains as a sacred mission, vowing to bring home both the living and the fallen. Yet he was clear, Israel's campaign is far from over. He promised to eliminate Hamas's military and governing capabilities entirely, a goal that seems to clash directly with the fragile peace effort now underway. Meanwhile, the Rafah border crossing remains closed, trapping thousands of civilians who need urgent medical treatment or seek to flee the fighting. Israel accuses Hamas of obstructing crossings and slowing the delivery of aid, while international organizations warn that Gaza's humanitarian systems are on the brink of total collapse. Against this volatile backdrop, JD Vance's visit represents more than a diplomatic gesture. It's a high-stakes test of America's influence in the region. His mission is to help stabilize the ceasefire, reassure Israel of U.S. support, and show the world that Washington remains committed to balancing security with humanity. But he faces an uphill battle. Netanyahu is unlikely to soften his position, while Hamas remains defiant and fragmented. The question hanging over this visit is whether Vance can do anything to prevent the truce from disintegrating completely. His meeting with Netanyahu is not expected to happen immediately, signaling that his first priority will be to engage directly with the new task force and assess the situation on the ground. The symbolism is powerful. Action before politics, stability before ceremony. But the outcome will depend on how far both sides are willing to go to maintain even the thinnest line of peace. As the world watches Vice President Vance's visit unfold, every handshake, every statement, and every movement will be scrutinized. Because in this fragile moment, diplomacy isn't just about negotiation. It's about preventing the next war before it begins.